Under Massachusetts law, there must be at least 3 separate harassing or obscene phone calls or other electronic communications to qualify as harassment. When we talk about what counts as harassment through phone calls, it's not just about how many calls are made. The pattern and nature of the calls are also significant. Here's how it typically breaks down. Repeated calls. The statute specifically mentions repeated calls as a potential form of harassment. This is often interpreted by the courts as 3 or more calls, but even fewer calls could be deemed harassment if they're particularly threatening or obscene. Number 2, obscene content. The content of the calls must be obscene, which refers to language or content that is offensive, lewd, lascivious, and intended to disturb the peace, decency, and privacy of the recipient. It's about the quality and character of the language or the nature of the request or comment. Number 3, intent to annoy or harass. This is critical. The caller must have the specific intent to annoy or harass the person on the receiving end. If the intent is there, even calls that might seem ordinary on the surface could be considered harassment. For example, if someone makes multiple calls to you without a legitimate purpose, uses offensive or threatening language, or continues to call you after being explicitly told not to, these actions could potentially be classified as harassment. The crime of harassing or obscene phone calls can carry serious penalties, including fines and even imprisonment. If convicted, a person could face a fine of up to $500 or imprisonment for up to 3 months or both for each offense.